Kate Hardcastle, retail expert. That's a pretty amazing conversation.
It really is, yes. I feel a little bit underprepared myself now.
Well, because he's also going for masks where you have proper airtight nose, mouth and eyes. So he looks like he's one of those World War II soldiers now.
And it's quite unusual because I've travelled the length and breadth of the country so far this week, and I've not yet seen anyone actually on the tubes or the train network in a mask yet. So he must have been in an unusual carriage to have so many people in masks.
There was a woman seen on the London Underground yesterday wearing a plastic box on her head.
That wasn't me.
Right, OK. What do you think about stockpiling? Because there's a school of thought that says it is about the most selfish and antisocial thing a person can do right now.
I think we've got big grocery chains that are very aware that we buy emotionally, and when these warnings come through and we do see images like the ones we've been talking about, people are going to start to panic and they're going to want to buy items. But I've had a look online at most of the big four grocery stores and what they've got on offer. I've been into various shops this week, and whilst there are certain sections like the antibacterial gels low in stock, most items and provisions are there. So if you create panic, obviously that will then create panic in other people. It's a knock-on effect, and what we've got to try and do is be neighbourly and keep calm in these situations.
It's difficult to know what to buy. If you don't, let's say we write off the masks and the hand gel, obviously people do want them, but I can't explain why there's been a run on loo roll.
I think people are just trying to think about isolation and being in the house and what provisions they're going to need to get through. For me, I'm someone who likes to budget anyway, so I think absolutely it makes sense to have a cupboard full of tinned food, making sure your freezer's stocked up. But even if we just stopped throwing away as much food as we do and prevented the waste and actually started reusing some of that, putting that into other meals, I think we would be able to make sure that we were living economically and also helping the huge waste crisis. Whilst if you felt panicked in these situations, there's not any need for that yet, you would have enough in the cupboard to keep you going for a good few months.
I did hear somebody a couple of days ago calling for rationing, so that you just can't have a situation where wealthy people can basically buy up all the stock and hide it.
If this continues, the supermarkets have got contingency plans, they have resilience managers in place, and bit by bit those plans will come to fruition. Obviously the plans are adding details in because they never know what's going to create it. It could be an energy crisis, it could be even last year we were talking about this when it came to would it be a hard Brexit and would they need to bring in some rationing then. But they will release those plans. At the moment, none of those websites that I talked of or the shops that I went in had any limitations on anything being purchased. But over the next few weeks, if certain items become very challenged, then yes, they will start to introduce those measures.
Thank you very much, Kate Hardcastle, retail expert, talking to us from Leeds.